Hello everyone, afternoon, and welcome back to Moo the 5 Reasons. I am Matthew Oliver, and today's 5 Reasons is 5 reasons on why you should have a design board for your wedding. A design board is a creation, a story in your planning. A lot of interior designers, architects, organisers do use them for the creation of what they want to create. It's very handy because it's not words, so people can see your creation, and it's so much easier to understand sometimes just because pictures tells a story and people can understand that and relate to that a lot more. So at the moment a lot of people do use this in the terms of their wedding, and I do feel like it's very, very necessary, just because you can keep an eye on it, you can keep looking at it, you can keep helping yourself and adding to it, and even others can add to it as well. So it's a lot simpler than having a massive folder full of words and pictures. You can just have one. Maybe like a lot of people do use Pinterest now, which is very, very good because you can have your like wedding album, and in that can have everything you need that you want to create. Obviously you can have other albums and other boards for that creation, so it's very handy. That is a really good tool in my eyes. I also do use a lot of Photoshop as well, which can be a bit more difficult for people that are not graphic orientated, but even like cutting out magazines, putting it onto a board itself, I'm sticking it down, you know, that also does help, and it does use the same sort of tense really. So I do recommend doing a creation of your story. You could add to it as much as you can. You can have different boards, like I said. It's just so much easier to look at and to understand your creation, because it obviously can change in the planning period. At the moment I'm doing a lot of storyboards, design boards, because I feel like it's really important to show me as a designer and a creator, because obviously I'm a wedding planner, for others to see and to obviously hire me for a wedding. So if you want to look at my creations, they are online, they're on my blog, some of them also on my Pinterest and Facebook, etc. So if you follow my social networking and my blog, you can see my creations. So the 5 reasons on why you need to create a design board, are: number 1, it is a story. So a wedding to me is a story and a creation. So having a design board is adding to that story. It's a story in itself. So you can have a design board to start with on planning. You can have a design board on your dress. You can have a design board on the groom's attire, bridesmaid's attire, venue decoration, table layout, etc. You can have a design board on each, so it tells a story. Your design board, each design board has a story from the start to the finish. So you can have, when you're starting to plan, you can have some ideas on the dresses, but later down the road, when you get an idea of the style and the themes, that could change, and it all goes into one design board, and you can see the story and the creation from beginning, middle to end. So always have a story in mind, and that's what a design board is. So it does create a story at the end of it. Second reason, it is your style, your likes, your creation. So it's exactly what you want. Not people are going to change it, not people are going to do anything to it, because it's your wedding, like I've already said. So these design boards is your creation, and it just shows what you want to create in each design board, and the colours you want to use, and the themes and the style. So if you're looking at a rustic sort of farmyard wedding, then that is exactly what you're going to be looking for in your design board. So it's going to show rusticness, it's going to show old tables, old barnyards, some animals maybe, vintage attire, dresses that are quite lacy, hay bales, all that sort of stuff. So that's going to be a design board, and that's your style, your creation, so everything stays together. Third reason, others can see it. So if you've got loads of suppliers that have maybe cannot picture what you want to create, just because it's quite unique and it's something that they haven't seen before, and some brides do explain things differently. Like I explain things completely different to other people. That's why I'm not really good at speaking or writing, because people won't know what I want to create. If I show them a design board, then they'll have a complete idea of my creation and what I were actually looking for at a wedding. A lot of suppliers do use this, photographers, florists, just because they can design it from what you're giving them. So you can have loads of different pictures of the flowers you want to create, put them into a design board, show it to the florist and the florist is like, oh, definitely, I know how to do that. If you're trying to explain it to a florist, your explanation could be something they have, like, they can't understand, or that they might create or misinterpret and create something that you don't actually want or is not what you want to create. So this is another good reason. Also, a lot of if you're using Pinterest, you can put other taggers. So if you put, like, say for instance, if I'm creating it and I want to create it for a bride, I'll put them in it as well, so they can put things in and they could see what I'm putting in, but they could also add to it. So that's also another good reason on showing it to people, and people can add to it. Fourth reason, is it's easily manageable, so, and organised, and it puts everything together. So you're not like losing the plot. You're not getting stressed. It's all together. It's all in one place, and it's really, really easily manageable, which to me is a must, really, because it's very easy to create a design board. It does take time, and in your sense, for brides, it's going to take a long time to create, from the planning, from the word go to the word end. So it's going to be a work in progress throughout its time until you're actually married, because things do change and things happen. So, but it is still really, really easily manageable, which is really good because it just keeps it all together, like I've said. And fifth reason, design boards, as you're obviously a work in progress, it's adding uniqueness. It's adding something a little bit different. It's not a mismatch. It's just your creation, like I've said before, but which makes it unique. It's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same as, like, you know, Princess Diana's wedding or Madonna's wedding. It's unique to you because you're the one creating it. If someone else is creating it for you, or you're using a magazine, like, say for instance you look for a magazine when you're planning your wedding and that's what you want, and that's the only picture you really used for the creation, it's not really showing uniqueness because you're not using extra things into it. But creating a design board will offer that uniqueness, something different people haven't seen before. You can add, like, stuff to it. So, like, if it is like a rustic wedding, you might want to, like, hire a barn in the middle of nowhere, which is creating uniqueness. It's not a barn that no one's ever used, but it's like people we've used before. It's a different barn, which is creating uniqueness. So design boards are all those 5 facts, and then uniqueness is probably one of the, like, the most important. So it's telling a story, it's telling your story, which is your designs, it's helping other people know exactly what you want, it's very organised, and it's unique. So that's the 5 reasons on what and how and why to create a design board. I hope that proves useful to you, and I hope you start using this tip because it's really important. And if you want me to do, you know, I have a service that I create design boards. So if you're looking for someone to help create design boards, I can create a design board for you at a small charge. You don't even have to hire a wedding planner. I can just do that for you. So I enjoy it. Anyway, take care, love you all, and have a good weekend if I don't see you before. Ta-ta, bye-bye, happy move.